Hi! So I had a bit of a camera upgrade since I filmed yesterday. I realised that I'm home and there's a DSLR here. So I was filming on something that's nearly 10 years out of date when I could have been using this, because I'm an idiot. So this is a first impressions video on the stuff that I ordered from Beauty Bay yesterday, which managed to arrive this morning, which is astounding considering yesterday was a Sunday. I didn't think next day worked if you were ordering it on a day where people wouldn't be working, but I'm not complaining. The order was a little random. It was just things that I kind of wanted / needed. So these are the items. I have here the Morphe E2 brush. This is a powder brush. The Tweezerman eyelash curlers. The Zoeva Cocoa Blend eyeshadow palette. Right, so the reason I had to bite the bullet and buy a new eyelash curler is because my model's own one actually broke about 18 months ago. The wire snapped, so I mean it still worked. The thing that really forced me into purchasing a new one of these little buggers is that the rubber pad split and I didn't have any replacements, so I went out and I bought a cheap Wilko one, but the rubber on the pads for that one that I used to replace this were way too hard and they don't cover my eyelashes very well, and I have really straight eyelashes, and so I need a good eyelash curler and this isn't doing it anymore. So I thought I'd go buy a decent one, so I got the Tweezerman one. It was, I think it was reduced to 13 from about £16. So we'll see how that does. It's cute. It's got, don't know if you can see, you'll see when I get it out, but it's got purple strips in it, which is adorable and I like that. So the other thing I got, well, one of the other things I got was the Morphe E2 brush. This is a powder brush. I think it's from their Elite line. It's more expensive than a few of their other brushes, many of their other collections to be honest. I think it is vegan. I got it because for a while I was using a Ruby and Millie powder brush, but I found it really scratchy and didn't deposit product that evenly. And then with the Rose Gold Zoeva Face and Eye collection, I can't remember what that collection's called, I got the 106 powder brush, which I used for my last video. And I like it, but it's not, you compare them, like, it's not as wide, it's not as like flat at the end. It's actually quite a bit, like this is a dense brush, but this is even denser, and I find it's just a weird shape for like face powder. I think it would work a lot better for like bronzing or blush or something, but I just wanted something that was really good at depositing face powder, because I have to powder because I'm oily. So yeah, I picked up the E2. It's wonderfully soft. It's just so good. Short story, when I got this earlier today, I haven't actually used it yet. As you can see, I haven't used any of the stuff. I haven't opened most of it. I literally only just took it out of the plastic, except for this, because I wanted to feel how amazingly soft it is. And I was in the kitchen with my brother and my dad decided to test the softness of it by wiping it all over his stone dust covered face, because he's been working on our patio in the garden. So thanks for that, Dad. I'm just trying to like dust out all the grime from that. Way to ruin a good brush instantly. I think this is vegan. I'll double check, but I'm fairly sure it is. It was about £15, which yeah, is more expensive than most of their brushes, but it is cheaper than stuff like the Real Techniques Bold Metals brush. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And the most exciting thing, in my opinion at least, the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. A lot of people have this. It's been out for quite a while. I just decided that since I love my Zoeva Nude Spectrum palette so much, I might as well get another of theirs, because the formulation of their eyeshadows is just beautiful. Their packaging is travel friendly. They have a really good range of mattes and shimmers in their palette, so I thought I would get another one, especially as this one is smaller and therefore more suitable for travelling. Not that this isn't suitable for travelling, because it's super thin and yeah, cardboard. But as you can see, the cover of this, it's got a kind of almost like suede-y texture to it. I don't really know what that is, but it gets so dirty. Like, I knew as soon as I unpackaged this that I was never going to be able to keep it clean. It's beautiful, but it doesn't really look like that anymore, at least not on the outside, because of the way that it's packaged. So this one doesn't have that same covering, like it doesn't have the suede feel, so it should keep cleaner. It's got this gorgeous gold pattern on the front, which is really, really pretty and makes it look expensive. Makes it look, you know, like a really top quality product. I paid about £18 for it, which isn't unreasonable in my view. It's got 10 shadows, and yeah, the packaging just makes it look a lot more high end than the price would suggest for so many colours. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and unbox this so we can have a closer look at it. Yep, so this is out of its little sleeve thing. There we go. Oh, so nice. As you can see, it is a very warm toned palette, a lot of red toned things. So we've got a kind of a reddy toned dark coppery colour, and this colour here, which I'm really excited to use, which is called Warm Notes, which is a kind of shimmery cranberry. Then there's Freshly Toasted, which is another kind of deep reddy brown colour, and then an orangey colour, kind of soft brown orange, which is going to look really gorgeous as a transition colour in the crease, and this really kind of pure, almost reddy, bronzy gold colour, which I've heard is like half-baked from the Naked palettes, and that's called Pure Ganache. So I'm just going to try the pigmentation of a couple of these. So I'm going to take Pure Ganache, Warm Notes, Freshly Toasted, and Delicate Acidity, which is a very strange name for an eyeshadow. And those look absolutely gorgeous. It's just, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we've done it again, guys. We've done it again. Yes. I think it's time to go into a semi-tutorial look thing with these products then. Great. Okay, so I'm starting off with my Neutrogena oil-free moisturiser to prime my skin. I don't feel the need to use a more heavy-duty primer because I'm using my Makeup Forever Face and Body Foundation, and that doesn't need a fantastic primer. And this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I love this stuff so much. I use it every single time I wear eyeshadow. Not gonna lie, absolutely no idea what I'm about to do in terms of makeup, but let's improvise. So to give me a really blendable base, I'm going in with the lightest colour in the palette, which is called Bitter Start, and I'm using a Zoeva 227 blending brush, and I'm just putting that all over the lid and up to the brow bone. This colour is a very fair, very slightly off-white matte shade, so it will work really well for blending other colours over the top of it. I'm now taking Substitute for Love on a MAC 217 blending brush, and I'm just going to work this into the crease as my transition colour. It's almost too dark a transition colour, but I really love the colour of it. It's very orangey, soft brown colour, and I think it'll work really well for this look. I'm actually working it a bit above the crease because I have fairly hooded eyes, so if I want the crease colour to show up, I have to work it in a bit higher than most people would if they're not someone with a hooded eyelid. You know what? I am scared of what I'm about to try. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna push the boat out. Something. So I'm taking the Luxe Petite Crease Brush 231 from Zoeva and Freshly Toasted, and using this on the outer V of my eyelids, working that really softly, building it up to have a nice dark edge to my eyelid. Again, really, really gorgeous colour. Building it up slowly though because I want everything to be really nicely blended in. So I'm just taking the 227 from Zoeva again, just to blend that in with the transition colour. Now taking the flat shader brush from Zoeva. This is the Zoeva 232 classic shader brush, and I'm putting that into Pure Ganache and spraying it with Max Fix Plus, so it goes on more pigmented. So I'm just pressing that into the lid in the same way that I did in my MAC Melon tutorial. just making sure that it goes on really nice and bright and very metallic looking. I'm now taking the other side of the same brush and going into warm notes, and I'm using this on the corner of my eyelid, not around the inner corner, but just on the inner third, almost like a halo eyeshadow effect. Now going into Freshly Toasted with the same brush I was using before, just to darken up that corner even further, because I really like the dimension that it's giving me. Now using the Zoeva 317 wing liner brush and the colour Beans Are White, which is an almost black colour, I'm going to create a kind of soft powder wing. I actually fudged this up quite seriously in that I ended up removing all of the eyeshadow on one eye and redoing it because I got my wing at the wrong angle because I'm only human and winged liner is hard. Especially when you have round eyes and hooded eyes. It's a terrible combination. But yeah, I just wanted a nice, feathery, soft wing, so I did blend it out with a pencil brush as well afterwards. I can't remember if I include that in, or even if that got filmed. No. So now I'm taking the Make Up For Ever Face and Body Foundation in 38, which you can definitely see is too light. It does kind of settle into my skin and match it a bit once it's warmed up. And this is the Silk Finish brush from Zoeva. I used a couple of layers of this. I wanted it built up a bit more. I realised after having done all my contour that my camera had not been on, hence that expression. So this is me doing my blush. This I haven't shown what blush it was, but it was Rockateur by Benefit, and that was the sheer cheek brush from Zoeva. Now going to my eyebrows and pulling hair out of my spoolie brush because I'm molt. Taking the Anastasia Brow Duo powder, which I always use. I'm using the dark shade to draw the bottom line of my eyebrows, and then I'll go in with the lighter shade on top, so I've got some nice dimension being created. This was quite a smooth brow, quite a reasonably defined one, not too dark, not too light, just the right amount of definition for the look that I am wearing. Combing through them again with a dry mascara brush. Now I'm just concealing the underside and also highlighting my brow bone at the same time with the Clinique Airbrush Concealer in 01 Fair. It was running out, so I was just using the last dregs of the concealer. This is the L'Oreal Brow Artiste Plumper, using it in the opposite direction to my hairs to thicken them up. It's just a tinted brow gel mascara thing. Very similar to Gimme Brow by Benefit, or the Glossier Boy Brow. Just concealing some spots that my contour and foundation didn't cover, so just using the MAC Pro Longwear in NC20 and dabbing that in with a beauty blender. Then taking the Morphe E2 and going into my Rimmel Stay Matte powder and going over my T-zone with that. This brush is gorgeous and I love it already. This is Benefit's Ladies' Choice lipstick. This is discontinued, unfortunately, but it's the only nude lipstick I have with me at the moment. It's also broken. I need to fix that. I'd forgotten to bronze, so I took Benefit's Hoola on my Real Techniques blush brush, kind of pinched the bristles together, and just went over everywhere where I'd used my cream contour beforehand. Eyelash colour time. So the Tweezman one came with, I think, 3 refills of its rubber pads. So I just quickly curled my eyelashes and then went in with Benefits They're Real as usual. I need to mix up my mascara game, it's kind of shameful. At the moment I have about 3 mascaras, I only brought one of them home with me. Good job on variety there. So yep, that's the finished look. I had a few mishaps which I will include in the bloopers because they were frustrating but also occasionally entertaining. So I'll give you a close-up of the look and then I will see you when I next upload a video. Who knows? Could be soon, could not be. No idea. It'll probably be soon. I'm enjoying this far too much. Right. Yep. See you soon. I swear to God, if this camera tells me one more time that the card is full when I've just emptied it, I'm gonna lose my shit. Anyway. Why? Fucking why? That's out of its little like sleeve thing. Woo. My door is wide open. I've just realised my mother can hear everything. Just a second, please.